It is time to let go of my S23 Ultra, a phone that is possibly the last curved display device from Samsung, but the reason I'm letting go is not what you think. As of today, the Galaxy S23 Ultra is running the same software as the S24 Ultra, that is One UI 6.1 with Galaxy AI. That is to say, a user of the Galaxy S23 Ultra is not missing very much from not having the S24 Ultra. Take it from someone who upgraded from this to the S24 Ultra. S23 Ultra users are probably pleased with their decision not to upgrade, and with the One UI 6.1 update, I can understand why. I used this one since launch up until I got my S24 Ultra, and in the first few weeks I sometimes picked up the S23 Ultra thinking it's the S24 Ultra, until I started operating and noticed the curved display. When Samsung released One UI 6.1, I picked it up to see just how much Galaxy AI Samsung allowed on here. I used it actively for a while, and I kid you not when I say I did not miss my S24 Ultra much. Don't get me wrong, the S24 Ultra is a great phone, and the flat display has actually grown on me. Also, that anti-reflective screen is just amazing. I just loved using the curved display one more time. But let's go on to answer the question, is this a good phone to buy right now? The short answer is yes. The long answer is still yes, but keep watching for the details because I'm sure you want to know how well it has served me and how the experience compares to the S24 Ultra. You'll find a good deal right now to buy the S23 Ultra because even the S25 Ultra is not far off, about 5 months away. And it's interesting that this device measures up to the S24 Ultra in almost every way except for the slight design difference, precisely the flat display. And if I remember correctly, not everyone was happy about that change because it was kind of Samsung's signature. In my personal experience, one of the things I've missed about having a curved display was the ease of using gesture navigation, particularly swiping from the left or right edge to go back. It works 99% of the time, I'll even say 100% of the time. On the flat display of the S24 Ultra, it took some getting used to, and even now I still sometimes get the wrong swipe action when the intention was to go back. But that's not really a problem, it's just easier to do on the curved display. And then the fact that the display of the S23 Ultra is just more vibrant because Samsung seems to tone it down on the S24 Ultra. So display is top notch, still among the best looking ones out there. LTPO, super bright, vibrant, and Gorilla Glass Victus too. While the frame is not titanium, armor aluminum is still flagship grade by today's standard. It still looks just like the S24 Ultra unless someone is taking a closer look, especially if you have a case on it. So, using one right now does not in any way feel outdated. The software is on point and it will be supported all the way up to Android 17. I mentioned that when I picked this up after a while, I did not miss my S24 Ultra much. And that is because I could not find any major software functionality or use case that separates them. Or would I say software advantages the S24 Ultra has over this. Galaxy AI has the same features on both phones. The only difference might be in the processing times because the S24 Ultra has the more recent processor. But that is something you're not going to notice unless you have both phones side by side to compare. What are the odds? That's possible though. Now it got live translate, magic eraser, transcribe, circle to search, it's all here. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is still a great processor. One you won't notice significant difference in real world performance compared to the 8 Gen 3 unless you're comparing benchmark scores. All the while using the S23 Ultra, I'd say I was satisfied. If I wasn't into making tech videos, I would have stuck with it and skipped the S24 Ultra. I used the Note 10 Plus for like 3 years. It has everything I need from an ideal flagship smartphone. The battery life is still very good, and it might surprise you to know that I got better battery life here than I do on my S24 Ultra. Don't get the wrong idea, the battery life on the S24 Ultra is great, but in the first few weeks of use, it wasn't even close to this. I tweeted about it. Now this is based on my actual use case, of course. There are other creators or users who reported slightly better battery life on the S24 Ultra from their test, but mine is actual real-world use from my personal experience, and I wasn't the only one. Now, regardless of everyone's experience, the point remains that the Galaxy S23 Ultra has great battery optimization, and it's not one of those things you will give as a reason for picking up the S24 Ultra instead. I'm sure the current users of this device can attest to that. What about heat management? That has also been fine, although it gets hot sometimes, especially when I use it for hotspot. but it handles itself well. It barely affects performance. In the camera department, it goes without saying, the Galaxy S23 Ultra still has one of the best camera systems out there, both for photos and videos. It carries mostly the same camera configuration as its successor, except for that 10x lens, which some actually prefer. I'll spare you the camera specifications. You already know that. These are the photos I've captured with the S23 Ultra over time. I visited 3 countries last year and the cameras were very reliable, be it for zoom photos or videos when I needed to capture wildlife at the Nairobi National Park or the beautiful structures in Europe. Now you could say I use the cameras a lot more than I expected, but you get the gist. The cameras are great. For durability, it is a tough phone. I use it sometimes without a case and you can probably see the scars from the various falls. I even damaged the back glass by accident while I was learning to ride a bike. You are free to laugh at me. Up until last year, I didn't know how to ride a bike and my S23 Ultra suffered for it. But it shows how tough the glass on the display is. I got it fixed through Samsung Care and it didn't cost much. A Care Plus warranty does not cover the back glass. If not for the marks on the frame, you probably can't tell that I've dropped this phone a lot or even tell that the back glass has been replaced. Don't judge me, I'm usually careful with my phones. These things happen sometimes. But what's the summary of all these ramblings? The Galaxy S23 Ultra is a worthy device to pick up even now and will still be relevant for a few more years. This was a device that marked better battery optimization for Samsung flagships and the cameras are really good. And it's an overall solid device I can recommend if you don't want to splash the cash on the S24 Ultra. If you currently use one, do let us know in the comments if you've had any bad experience with it. You should check out my long-term review of the Fold 4 this way, or check that way if the Fold 6 interests you more. That's all from me.